My argument is loyalty is an architecture problem. The way I think about it, it's basically trust has to be built in within the architecture, and deep down within the architecture of whatever agent framework that you're going to be leveraging, using, and putting within your product or using to develop software or even using in your personal life. It's basically how can we make those safer pillars more concrete? From a software developer or from a software provider that's going to be building on top of that, leveraging personal AI and what I would be looking for in order to feel more comfortable to include a personal AI, whether again within my software that I'm building or in my personal life. So the thing is, personal AI is not going to be judged only by how smart it is. It's extremely smart at this point, but it's also going to be, judged by how loyal and how people can trust it and feel that they can trust it without feeling like they totally lost control of what's happening. And by losing control is, knowing what's happening, knowing that it's going to do exactly what it's supposed to do. It's not going to share their data, unintentionally expose their data. It's not going to live beyond where they want their data to live. And if a problem happens, I want to know that I can go back and track and backtrack every single step. That caused a certain decision to happen and so forth. So auditing essentially. So the way I see it over here is think Kwaai built a lot of that loyalty and trust within their framework and within personal AI. It's what I'm focused on is like how can we enforce that architecture, like beyond the policy and so forth from a builder's perspective. And I believe what we've done in the past with the software that I've worked with and we've built is we built this layer within the application code on top of whatever agentic framework that we're using or we're building on top of that. I feel that like we have the right people in the room to include that layer of trust and enforcement at an architectural level within personal AI. So it's like my claim and my proposal, and happy to dive into it a little bit deeper and happy to talk after the talk as well around whether this makes sense to incorporate within Kwaai personal AI's architecture. My argument is loyalty is an architecture problem. We have to have permissions, scopes, confirmations, audit trails, memory boundaries, and revocation. Through the presentation, you're going to see those 6 tenets, essentially, or primitives that I rely on when I'm building software. And I've built those tenets one way or another in different platforms that I've built in the past. Again, like enforcing why this is important right now. Why are we having this discussion right now? It's because like the capability of each large language model and the ability of like building agentic AI software is compounding. With every single model, there are things that I wasn't able to do yesterday and I was still doing by hand. I'm able to do them today. So the capabilities are compounding beyond reason, beyond our ability to actually focus on them and understand them. And the authorization doesn't. What I meaningfully consented to is growing, and it's growing beyond my ability to be able to track it, if you will. So there's a huge gap, and that gap keeps growing. By the way, this diagram that you're seeing over here is it's basically like an illustration. It's not really a truly measured data, but it's to help illustrate the fact that there's like the gap between the capability and authorization is growing. And this is basically where disloyalty lives. Because if I can't trust something, if I can trust the agent that I'm using to deliver code or to look into my calendar in my personal life or work and execute efficiently and effectively and with security and privacy in place, then I'm not going to trust it.